Yo, let's get it. Here we go. It's another Nerds and Hip Hop podcast going down right quick. You know what I mean? Right now, we got your boy Josh, who is me. You feel me? And my man Art the Lunatic over here. And we got a very special guest, my man HighGrowGlyphix. Rapper extraordinaire. So I'm going to let you introduce yourself as y'all do your thing.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Yes, hrgf, HighGrowGlyphix. He raps great for real. The Lord Third, producing Saratobi, Triple H, House Hunter Hyro. The list goes on and on. Skin sponsored by Genetics. You feel me? Yeah. Appreciate you having me on the podcast, man. Thank you so much.
Yo, definitely. All day. So yeah, man, like I said, I have a lot of stuff to talk about, so much stuff. And I usually like to start it with a little bit of, paying homage to some people we may have lost, like, first DJ Casper, man, the Cha-Cha side.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P., man. This is crazy, bro. It's like we losing people every week, it seems like, man.
Man.
Yeah.
That's sad. Yeah. That's sad business for a lot of black people weddings, bro, because, they... Gotta have a cha-cha slide at the wedding, man.
I remember that shit when it dropped, yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace to that dude.
He was 58, man. It's like, that's crazy, man.
Cancer, man. It always gets you, man. That shit is trash.
That shit's scary. Cancer is definitely a scary thing, man.
And I don't know if you guys saw, he had one of those like rare cancers where it was like on his liver and his kidneys and they couldn't operate. So he had to just kind of like deal with it type shit,
Damn, that's hardcore bad, bro. That's like having pancreas cancer. You ever, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's Patrick Swayze died. Yeah, it's horrible way to go. Yeah.
Rest in peace to the GOAT.
What's that? Well, I mean, it goes right on because, Pee Wee, like my man Pee Wee.
Pee Wee.
Aaron, St. Paul Rubens.
Yeah. And it's funny too? I'm noticing that, I guess just out of respect for privacy, a lot of these celebrities are just keeping it to themselves because they don't want to burden the fans with, how they're feeling and stuff like that. I mean, look, we had Chadwick, Pee Wee, this dude. It's like they're always just trying to like save face, but like I don't know. Part of me feels like, yo, man, we do want to know how y'all doing though. You know what I mean? Like, yo, we want to send you the well wishes and everything, instead of you dealing with that by yourself.
Right.
But I get it though.
People are mad cold. Like I gotta like differ in that because like with Chadwick and everything when he was going, people didn't know. And I guess it does fall into people knowing and not knowing. It's just that people are cold as hell, bro. Like, it's
cold as ice.
Send him his flowers. But it's like, yo, while he was here, y'all was talking about this man terribly. Like, what I mean? It's kind of like a yay and nay. I get it. That type of thing. I kind of get why you want to keep it to yourself and just phase out. Because everything in your life up to that point has been so public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
and I guess the actors and actresses, they don't want the pity either. They don't want the, oh man, just feel better. Don't even do any more movies. Just chill. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, this dude gave us like 4 films while having cancer. Crazy.
Yeah. Kevin Conroy too. That one surprised me. I didn't know he had cancer.
Oh my God. Rest in peace to Batman.
Yeah. R.I.P. Kevin Conroy. But I guess that's why he was getting so skinny. I did notice how skinny he got, but I thought it was just like old age or something. I didn't think it was because he had cancer or anything. So that's crazy. The Jamie Foxx thing is crazy too, because I just feel like he kind of made a mystery out of it. Like I think in that case, he probably should have been a little bit upfront about what he was getting sick from, because it's kind of been a mystery illness apparently, with him. And then it just causes a lot of speculation, you know what I mean? And conspiracy theories and all kind of things like that. So,
yeah, definitely. It's like when you getting sick, though, man, and it's just like the fact of, you're I'm not saying that they're heading into their end or because some of them did, but like when you're kind of going through something that's detrimental to your health, it's like the last thing you might think about is how everybody else might take it. Like it's kind of like you're going into that own solace, like of I came in this world by myself, like, and that's a hard thing. Like to say how you would take it is difficult to say that, I would think about everybody else and how they might feel and how that might project to them. It's kind of like, hey, like, dog, like if you're, but I get it though, to be loyal to the fans, but at the same time, it's kind of like, at some point you might come into let me be loyal to myself a little bit.
I mean, I'm not going to hold you. Like, I'm going to probably sound like a hypocrite now, but like, if I was famous, I probably wouldn't tell the fans right away. Like,
Right.
I'd probably keep it to myself a little bit, especially due to the severity of it. If it was like really serious, or if it's just something that's minor. But nonetheless, I feel like if I have a lot of projects coming out soon, I'm supposed to be over here. I feel like I owe it to them, even just to let them know something happened. You know what I mean? Like, yo, look, I'm going through it right now. Boom. Because if not, they are going to just come up with their own theories. Like you said, like they will be loyal at first, but then they'll be like, yo, this dude fell off, or he's trash. And it's like, damn, I got cancer. Like,
or they say drugs. Yeah, I mean, they do,
exactly,
you know what I'm saying? Old boy that played Black Panther, man, Chadwick, they were saying, talking shit about him when he got skinny. I remember, like, people.
Yeah, they were doing him dirty.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, man, people, like you said, Josh, they're harsh. You know, it's a cold world, too. And I feel you on that, brother.
That's the thing, man. And then lastly, bro, rest in peace to my man Fez from Euphoria. His name is Angus. I don't know his full name, but dude from Euphoria, Fez, that you know what I mean, he died. They still don't know how he died. Like, you know what I mean? But
they're speculating suicide, I think.
Oh, damn.
Because they said that what was it? His pops died like earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And if y'all don't know who that is, like, you know, I know it's kind of like hard, like, especially if you haven't seen Euphoria and everything like that, but dude stood out in there. Like, he looked just like Mac Miller. Like, let me put it to you. Like, the
Mac
dude,
Miller, damn.
It's a fact.
Dab on Mac Miller, bro. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, he does look like him. I just seen a picture.
Yeah, bro.
No, they look exactly like.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was like, you know what I mean? Like, I know, like, if anybody's a conspiracy theorist and thinking about clones, like, you know what I'm saying, that brother looked just like Mac Miller. But, you know what I mean, R.I.P. to him. Dude was a rising star, man. He had crazy swag on the show, man. Like, he was one of my favorite. He was my favorite character on there, honestly. Like, when he told old boy, when he said to him, before he hit him with the body, he was like, it's a new year, Playboy. I was like, oh, that was some hood. That was some gangster shit. Like, that was some G shit, bro.
Rest in peace to that, man. Yeah, now we losing people, man. He was young, too. He was like 25 years old. Like, sheesh.
Yeah, that's even sadder when they're young and up and coming, you know what I'm saying? And they got talent and everything, and then just die all of a sudden. That's crazy.
It's not a good look, man. Rest in peace to these guys.
Real talk. Another thing that's not a good look, man. But, I mean, it wasn't her fault, but I know y'all heard about Cardi B chucking that microphone up in that audience.
That shit was crazy, yeah.
It's above me now.
Bro, hey, let me say something. Let me say real quick.
Cardi B, wow,
I love Cardi B, and I would have did the same thing. But it was something about that throw, man. I would have Patrick Mahomes that shit a little harder, bro. I would have given that shit a little more veracity.
Babe Ruth that shit, huh?
You know, it's so funny, though. I heard, and I don't know if this is true or not, I heard that she was actually telling her fans to, like, spray her with water.
Yeah,
I think she meant just that, though. Like, spritz her with water, like spray, not like literally throw a drink in her face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when I heard about the lawsuit coming up, I was like, I don't think people understand how the law works. Like, if you throw anything at anyone, it's automatically battery. Even if it's water, spit, all that stuff, it's automatically battery. So it's like, she can instantly just say, like, yo, you actually assaulted me, so that's why I assaulted you back. It's self-defense. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm surprised she didn't have the security jump that person. Like, yo, jump that person right there. Like,
yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's mad water you threw on me. Like, damn.
Mad water.
Like, okay, here's the thing. And I heard that whole thing, too, about, like, you know, she actually said, yo, throw some water on my coochie because it's hot. But notice how the other 14,000 fans knew it was a goddamn joke.
Yeah, seriously.
Your dumbass the only one like, what? Y'all missed your chance. Here you go, Cardi. Like,
did you see that? Like, did you see that water throw though? Like, it was a nice little ha.
It was like when Busy Bones threw that water bottle, you know what I'm saying, at the 3-6 Mafia dudes when they did that first.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Yo, that was some real
throw. That's what. It was a very aggressive water assault, like, you know.
And then had the nerve to be like shocked when the microphone hit him. He's like, "What? Like, dude,
what'd I do?"
Yeah, right. Like,
that's crazy.
Super crazy.
Step back on that mud. I would have made sure that motherfucker ran. I would have Hawkeye on his ass. Like,
no. That person's lucky Offset wasn't there. You see how Offset be giving it up anytime some people do something to Cardi. This dude be jumping in the crowds and everything. So
yeah, props to her for even like noticing where he was at, being able to throw.
He was right in the front.
Oh, he was right in front. Oh, okay, damn. I was about to say because it's hard to watch a crowd. You know what I'm saying? If you're on stage and shit. Like damn.
Nah, I was messed up. That was messed up.
Yeah, the girl that was pointing was the funniest thing too. She was like,
She snitched him
Don't
out.
stop the show. It's this person right here.
This one.
Yeah.
Yo, and the crazy thing about it is that they just sold the microphone that she threw for $100,000, bro.
What the fuck? Wow.
People are crazy.
Private collector, I guess, huh?
Yeah, right. I don't know about you guys, but I told myself a long time ago, being an artist, you throw some shit at me, the show's over. That's it. Show's done. Especially if it's something like that. It's one thing if you throw something to me and I dodge it, because then I'll be like, yo, look, y'all only got one. You only get one. On some Spider-Man shit, Family Guy. After that, I'm out of here. But if it actually does hit me, the show's done. It's like, that's it. It's like, nah, we're not playing those games. We're not playing those games.
You ain't gonna do like what's my man Bushman back in the day?
I was about to say that's the mental picture I got.
Listen, that's why I said you get one if I dodge it. Hey. If I dodge it, you get one. It's like, all right, look, guys, that was funny and cool and all, but the next one I'm gone. But if it actually hits me the first time, it's like, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm straight. Yeah. I'm out of here. You gotta look at it from this standpoint. These artists are they are the brand. You know what I'm saying? So you get hit with a what about in the face, a shoe, whatever. It's like, yo, that can end up making you miss shows or whatever. It's like, nah.
Yeah, nah. True.
I feel like artists need to be protected when they're on stage. Y'all paid wild bread for me to come here. I'm trying to get on the show when I gotta now scan the audience to make sure y'all ain't ready to throw some shit. Like that's crazy.
With security.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's why my man Kevin Hart, like you said, as I watched that stand up, he came out, he made it funny, but I felt him. He came out to the stage with a bat on his newest stand up special, bro. I felt him though. He was like, one of y'all goofy motherfuckers run up here. I'm launching your shit. Because that's bro, like it's like, regardless of whatever you feel about Dave Chappelle and some of the things he might have said or done or whatever the case may be, you have zero right to bring your goofy weird ass up on the stage. But you got handled real nice. But at the same time, like you got the audacity. Like, man, use your words, motherfucker. Say he's saying shit. You say shit back. That's how that goes.
These people are getting way too brazen.
Yeah, it used to just be hecklers. It wouldn't be like full on like assaults.
But speaking of that, though, that you brought that up, that person caught the illest beatdown of all time. I'm talking about WWE and F. Like that person got stomped.
I didn't see it, so I don't.
You didn't see that video?
I didn't see that shit. Damn, I might check it out.
All you had to see was
arm was the other way around. He got
this. Talking about action figures, bro. This motherfucker he looked like a kid broke him as an action figure and put him.
Yeah, straight up, his arm was literally like the other way,
like a G.I. Joe type shit.
No, it's a real shit. That he got done dirty. Listen, he got a story to tell, though. I mean. Ain't no one can ever say, like, yo, I got beat down by, like, 15 celebrities, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
seriously.
That's crazy.
People took tag teams on him. I think Jamie Foxx got something in there.
Everyone got some. Everyone.
Comedian beat down.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, but that's kind of connected to that whole Will Smith thing too. You know what I mean? It was almost like I hope that because of what he did, it wasn't going to green light everybody to start, attacking comedians and people on stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but listen, it was actually going on a little. That was a little bit before. Was that before Will or was that after? I don't remember.
What do you mean? The Dave Chappelle thing was.
I don't remember.
I think that might have been after. No, actually, no. I think it was before. I think it was before.
That's wild.
Yeah, I think it was before. But to be honest with you, though, not gonna hold you. I've been saying this since the beginning. If that was any other comedian, I don't think he would have smacked the person.
No.
It was because it was Chris Rock. It was because it was Chris Rock. I'm sorry. I don't care if y'all don't believe me on this podcast or not. If you disagree with me, it's the truth. If that was any other comedian, he wouldn't have smacked that person.
Or at least, at the very least, he would have turned his back on him like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he was feeling himself, you know what I'm saying, some kind of way. Like he felt like he was like, Chris Rock ain't gonna do nothing to me. I'm gonna smack him and turn my back
exactly.
on him.
It's no different than when the bully comes to that one table of kids that he knows that ain't gonna do shit. Like, I'll beat up everyone here. But then when that work puncher's like, you ain't beating me up. Nah, chill. Like,
I wasn't talking to you.
talking about these people, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, nah, they already had prior beef and exchanges and stuff before. So it's like, it makes sense you're going to smack that dude. But let Dave Chappelle made that joke, or a Bernie Mac, or Cat Williams. I don't think he would have smacked that person. I don't think he would have.
Or 50 Cent.
Yeah, nah, definitely not.
I feel you guys, but I do say that Jazzy Jeff, like he, you know, of course Jazzy Jeff might say it, but he gave a very good supporting argument. The fact that, Will would have did that to anybody, and if he would have done that to anybody, though, I'm just saying it would have went a whole lot different.
Yeah, like, that's a fact. That's because look, let's be honest. Let's be honest.
To do it, but I'm just gonna say if you did, it would have went a whole lot different.
Because let's be honest, I don't know if you guys know this, but. And for those that are listening, Chris Rock said he has a history of being bullied. He's been bullied his whole life. He's gotten robbed before. He's gotten beat up before, whatever. So I truly do believe that Will Smith had that in his mind, knowing like, I'm about to walk up to this dude and smack him. And plus, remember, they're cool. They had a rapport. So I don't even think Chris Rock knew, like, this dude's coming up here to smack me. You know what I'm saying? Whereas like a Dave Chappelle, a Bernie Mac, they come from that era. Like if a dude is approaching you like that, it's like, what are you doing? Like, what's up? Like, why are you coming at me like the way you're walking? Because you guys both know, you're both from Cali. A dude's walking up to you like that, that's not a friendly, like, let me talk to you real quick. That's a, hold on a second. You know what I'm saying?
Like you ain't supposed to be on stage to begin with at this point. We didn't rehearse this.
You know what I mean?
But that's the thing. See, that point right there, though, I gotta say, though, that's the part that kind of changes it, because the fact is that you at a award ceremony, like, okay, I could be street as I want to be. If I'm at an award ceremony, I'm not thinking that you gonna come up here and smack. I'm thinking that it's a delightful surprise. Like everybody's in on it. Okay. Like you come until you hit me. And then I've been like, oh, hell no. I would have had the Marlon Wayans approach. If y'all seen his stand-up, that's the approach I would have had. I would have lost it in increments. Like, I'd have been
like, a dude slapping you, bro.
I'd been like, bro, you dead ass? Like, I'd been like, I would have ran and just boop, boop, boop.
Natural instincts, I think I would have just swung immediately.
Do this at the awards because I don't care. He shouldn't have hit me. Y'all should have stopped this man. Y'all better get Dr. fucking whatever, Back to the Future, this shit, reverse it and tell him not to do that shit. Is the only way. I'm not going to stop this man.
I'm sorry. I mean, I think instantly it would have been a weave, snap. That's it. Like, you're not hit me, dude. I'm sorry. It's not happening. It's not happening. Look, they can say Chris Rock was a class act and all that shit all they want. I'm not a class act that night. I'm sorry. I'm definitely
that's what I'm saying.
It's gonna be a brawl on stage. It's gonna look crazy.
Like on stage in front of millions now, bro.
Yep, it's gonna be a brawl on stage. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Look, shout out to him though. Shout out to him for having the tact and class to just stand there and be like, all right, cool, and keep going, because it couldn't have been me. It couldn't have been me. No way.
So from that era, because, you know what I mean, we went back a little bit to talk about that, like, you know what I mean, because I know, like, that's something that everybody's like, oh, let's get
you were the first person that told me about that. I just wanted, sorry, my bad to interrupt you. I just remember that you were the one that told me at work. He was like, man, Will Smith just slapped Chris Rock.
I was like, bro, my brother said
I thought that shit was fake.
Yeah, me too. At first, I thought it was fake too, yeah.
No, but yeah, that's the thing, man. That the craziest thing is that when that person hit him, bro, it's just like I would have just had a person hit me reaction instead of that was Will Smith that hit me. I would have had a reaction like, this is just a motherfucker that hit me, bro. Like I'm touching this man up. I don't care if he was Morgan Freeman. You getting it?
Morgan Freeman.
You getting a knuckle sandwich. And then the worst part about it is, I know we're not trying to like harp on this too long, but the worst part about it is that are we gonna not forget that this dude did laugh at the joke initially? He laughed at the joke initially.
Yeah, no,
and then he turned to his wife and then kind of did the whole Kanye shit where he was like,
that's like a whole new discussion right there.
Like, nah, dog. Like that's what to me makes the move that he did make him more of a sucker, because it would be one thing if he didn't laugh at all and smacked him, because it's like, all right, cool, you didn't think that was funny either, but nah, you laughed, dog. You straight laughed at the joke.
See, but here's the thing. I mean, I'm gonna play devil's advocate and tell you I understand him as a husband in that sense, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you could think something all good, then look at your significant other, she got that, this is gonna be a talk in the car look. Yeah. You'd be like, damn, I wouldn't have went as far as a smack nobody, but at the same time, I've been like, I guess it wasn't that funny.
You gonna ruin your whole career for a talk in the car?
Yeah, he should have thought about that one a little bit more. Should have a little bit more thought process going on.
First of all, your wife has a whole show where she's talking about other people. It's like, come on, dude. Like, nah, I'm sorry. Look, I would have been like, look, babe, the joke was funny. Be mad at me. Oh, well. Be mad at me. That whole ride up, be mad. It was funny. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm sorry.
Yo, from that butt whooping, though, just to transition from that butt whooping to Alabama docs, bro. I wasn't going to talk about it. I wasn't going to talk about it. I gotta touch it just a little bit. And I mean, honestly, bro, just seeing that whole thing, I understand it from a whole nother standpoint on the sense of, you know what I mean? Like, for one, Lunatic, you from the South, man. So I know you've seen how much crazy amount of racism it is out there and everything like that.
Yeah, not only am I from the South, man. Well, I wasn't born there or anything, but I have family out there, and I have been in Alabama. And one thing I could say, I never liked Alabama, and there was always just way too many rednecks for comfort. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I used to go there, I never liked going there, dog. So yeah, this whole situation don't really surprise me just because I know how it is down there, you know what I mean? But that shit wild.
Yeah, I'm thinking that that's just like, oh, super 100%, like, oh, it's hate and this and the third. I mean, it's like this, when this brother right there, the security guard's trying to do his job and everything like that, and then he gets fired on. Black people, we can eat something like that. Okay, they got a head up fade, but when he got rushed by the rest of the family, like the history of it, because you know everybody always be like, "Oh, slavery, just forget about slavery." There's more beyond that. There's lynchings, bro, that happen.
It ain't just slavery. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Man, literally watch another black person getting mutilated or all that stuff like that.
Jim Crow, there's all kind of stuff.
All that, bro. So the fact is that, you know, part of them was like, "Oh hell no, we ain't gonna let that go down," and they're like, you know what I mean, and it's instant karma. Y'all tried to jump this man and then got beat up, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's real talk. I mean, it was real.
Yeah, I feel like it's a cultural thing too, because I'm sorry to say that if that happened in New York, black people would not have jumped in. They would have minded their own business. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas get jumped every day in New York.
I always hear stories about New York, like people just be on some like. The New York just got a whole different attitude.
Not me. Boom. So it actually was a huge, I think the reason why everyone is like rejoicing over it is because today we were not playing any games. It was like, nah, I mean, because there's so many different elements to it. Like, I think the brawl itself is like, whatever. We've all seen brawls, but you got the folding chair. You got homeboy that swam across the canal to get there. You know what I mean? You got the... one person was about to get jumped, and then 7 dudes just pop out of nowhere, like, "Yo, what's up?" Like, you're not jumping anybody. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, it was crazy. I think the best element of it is that all those black people, man, their hands were rated E for everyone, women, men. It didn't matter.
that was dope though. Seeing the unity though, you know what I mean, for that.
Yeah,
because I mean, the dude did look like a straight up redneck too, bro. He's like some red ass.
That swam across the thing. He was a high schooler. This was like 16 years old.
yeah, definitely.
Yo,
the crazy thing about it is let me point out. Let me be the one to point out some of the big mistakes right there. Like, you know what I mean, is that, you know, black people, we're used to seeing a black person get hemmed up like that in the very same fashion as the police do. But the only thing was, y'all didn't have no goddamn badge. Y'all should have realized that. Because of the fact that y'all got smashed. That was just the thing too, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Being honest, like, you know what I mean? A lot of black people sit there and, like, you know, record or, oh no, like, get off my loved one while the police is doing it. But bro, you ain't got no badge, you in trouble.
We also got to like take into consideration too. I don't know if you guys noted, if you watched all the clips, those cops was letting some of that shit happen for a little bit too. Like, they weren't just trying to break it up. Some of them were just like, standing around like, oh, it is what it is. And then was like, all right, come on, stop it. You know what I mean? Like, because there were some black officers out there. I was like, let's let them get their licks in real quick. Just a little bit.
Bro, the sister was doing the lightest pepper spraying I ever seen in my life. And that shit, like, it was like
it was entertainment.
So Ron, like, y'all stop.
Stop.
Like, get the fuck out of you! You was not really using that pepper spray, but I'm not mad that you're not.
Yeah, I mean that's an interesting thing though, just in general, just because it happened in Montgomery and just the historical aspect of that whole place. You know what I mean? With Martin Luther King doing what I'm saying, the marches and everything down there. So that's why that's just crazy. You know what I mean? But the new South is not the old South. You know what I'm saying? And that video pretty much proved that. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't even say like even in Biloxi that shit wouldn't go down like that. Like I don't know. I was raised in Biloxi, Mississippi, and it's kind of like a melting pot, if you will, you know what I'm saying? Because we on the southern part of Mississippi, so we like it's like a peninsula almost, and we close to New Orleans, you know what I mean? So it's a very cultural place, you know what I'm saying? So I had, you know what I'm saying, like my clique in high school was mixed people. It was like white dudes, black dudes, Vietnamese dudes, you know what I'm saying? I had Latinos, you know what I'm saying, Mexican homies and shit, so it wouldn't go down like that in Biloxi either. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but we have like this thing down there called Black Spring Break. Because so every spring break, they have this thing called Black Spring Break, just tons of black people on the beach and shit. And Biloxi has a history to like in the 60s, there was like a killing. They killed a black dude just for being on the beach. You know what I'm saying? So you could just tell how much things have changed. I'm not speaking for the rest of the Mississippi though. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some fucking redneck ass towns that I'll never go to. You know what I'm saying? There's all kind of places I don't venture to down there. But, you know what I'm saying? As far as Biloxi and Gulfport and all that whole area, it wouldn't go down like that either down there, bro.
I just feel like besides the brawl and the rejoicing of black people everywhere, I think this is just another situation where it just goes to show that humans don't take anything serious. Like I'm sure you guys have seen all the memes of people with the folding chairs, everything, t-shirts, all that. It's like, dog, I am convinced that if we got a freaking Amber Alert right now saying that a zombie apocalypse is outside, people would be making memes off some like, when the first zombie bites me.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah, me like my man says he's a zombie. Right, like, dude, we will make a joke out of everything. It don't matter. Too funny.
Especially now with phones and everything, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like,
so you don't get caught slipping with you know what I'm saying, out there.
You best believe that zombies come, people are outside like, yeah, nah, I gotta videotape this shit.
They gonna get bit with getting filmed, probably getting bit.
Put the chain on him, like, look at this, man.
Yeah.
I got a new pet.
No, people have literally, media has literally made people lose their mind, bro. Like, it's all about recordable moments, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy because, you know what I mean? Like, I'm always feeling like an old head, and because of that, like, I think of this, and I talk to my wife about this all the time. Stuff pop off. The last thing I think is to record it with my phone. Like, I never think about this shit. Yeah. Like, I've never been in my adult life, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to say I haven't been in my adult life angry and about ready to smack somebody. But in that time, I'm really thinking about the supposed smacking than pulling out my phone. Like, man, let me catch this person.
World star. You know?
Yeah. It's that new age of people, man.
Yeah. It's that
everyone's trying to do shit for clout. You know what I mean? Likes, attention. They want to be the first. They want to be the first one to report it and all that stuff. I mean, look, I'm not going to sit here and say that I've never taken my phone out and recorded some shit, of course. But like, that, like you said, that's their first inclination now. It's like anything is happening. They're like, damn. Even if their own mans is getting jumped, they're like, damn, like that's crazy. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, help your mans out. Like, what's going on here?
That's crazy. Everybody asks a lot. They be like, what? Why wasn't you helping? And the thing is that when I look at stuff, I do say, yo, God bless the cameraman. Thank you for, like, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of stuff that's happened in my life, like, you know what I mean? Even with, like, the police, where they said little crazy shit to me or stuff like that because they knew no one was looking. No one was going to say nothing. But the fact somebody else got it on tape is beautiful. Like, you know,
that is the good thing about that's one positive of that.
Yeah, it's like a love and hate thing. It's like you love that they recorded, but at the same time, it's like, dog. Yeah. You just gonna let someone get jumped? You gonna let someone get stuck? You know what I mean? It's like, god damn, like, at least call the police beforehand. You know what I mean? At least so you did something. You know?
Yeah, no facts, man.
I ain't gonna lie though. If I see a UFO or some shit though, I'm whipping out my cell. You know?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, yo, look, that's not. Hey, I don't blame you on that one.
Yeah, well, I feel you.
Speaking of times where I wish somebody had a cell phone, and I think they would feel the same, though, I just wanted to touch on real quick, because I'm not going to jump into this too long, but I found out my man Tory Lanez actually got that 10 years. Man, got them 10 years on him.
10 years, a decade. I mean, look, all I got to say is this. and I'll probably get some flack for this, but like 20 plus joints, what he was originally they were trying to go for, I thought that was just a little bit too excessive to me for shooting someone in the foot. Now, granted, I can understand the 20 plus joints due to the fact that the gun wasn't registered to him and he's a Canadian citizen in the United States. I can understand that. But if it was solely just for the shooting, I thought that's OD, because you got people out here shooting people 5-6 times and they only get like 15. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, this dude shoots someone in the foot and you was trying to give him 20 something. Like, that's wild. But nonetheless, it is what it is. Get on, dude. Get on, dude. That's what you get. Situation. Like, you played yourself. I mean, you made a whole album about it too. Putting salt in the wound. It's like you did this to yourself, dog. You did this to yourself.
Yeah, that whole situation is really messy too. I remember when I was, looking at it, and I was like, "Wow, that's crazy."
He did it to himself. I think if he didn't even make that album, it might have not even gotten to the point where it's at now. Like, you should have just laid it to rest, but instead, you were rubbing salt in the wound. You were putting alcohol in the wound, hydrogen peroxide. you was wilding out. Like, you was doing too much, dog.
Yeah.
No, yeah, though, definitely. And the fact that, like, I read that at the end of it, like, right before I was getting sentenced, he was like, yeah, I still want to say I got love for her. She's still my homegirl. And I'm like, bro.
I remember that. Yeah.
Bro. Like, it's like kind of like, like, you know what I mean? And it's the thing is like, I get it when everybody's like, like you pick a side and who you believe. I love hearing the whole thing from each side. I don't care who I think is more believable, all that stuff. I really be wanting to know, like, the facts. Give me the facts. Give me, like, let me hear both sides of stuff before I just be like, oh, no, that person did it. Because you could be wrong by way of just missing some of the information given, like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and that's why they always say the whole, innocent until proven guilty, but then some people will say guilty until proven innocent. You know what I mean? So it's like,
sometimes it just depends.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it was a very tricky situation. The whole entire thing in the beginning, to me, just didn't make any sense. Like, none of it was adding up. But nonetheless, even though I don't always agree with the law and stuff, it is what it is. I mean, look, you never trust a nigga named Daystar. That's all I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, that whole innocent proven guilty thing. I mean, I'm glad that people are starting to verbally, at least, kind of subscribe to that, because like this whole Lizzo thing where she's supposedly been saying.
Oh, the Lizzo thing, yeah.
Her own people, kind of Ellen DeGeneres in it, like,
some hardcore allegations too.
Yeah,
but it's kind of, like I said, it's speculation because we got people that are accusing and all.
Oh, look at Jonathan Majors, bro. Like, but his accuser, this was in the news, I think, recently. She, I guess she skipped court or something, and the court.
Yeah, they're looking for her. She got a warrant out for arrest.
Yeah, that's what I was saying on the other part. I was like, isn't that a bench warrant? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
So, but look, let me ask you guys though, since we're on it. If you got a call from one of your boys, if you got a call from someone and they told you that one of your boys did some XYZ shit, would you automatically be on some like, damn, Ansel? Or would you be on some like, nah, I need to hear all the facts?
I'm a person that kind of needs to know everything before I make a solid judgment. You know what I mean?
Because it's really hard, because I feel like people judge it based off of the crime itself. Like if one of my dudes called me and was like, yo, Josh killed someone, I'd probably be like, what? Like, that's crazy. But then in the same breath, let's say my man was like, yo, Josh like murdered 15 kids. It's like, what? Like, damn, this nigga's wildin'.
Sometimes it be like that though,
like,
but sometimes it be real though. Like I've had a homeboys in the past did something and were found guilty of the alleged crime. The alleged crime was fucked up to the point I don't even talk about it. But it made me look at that person like, damn, I didn't know that dude. Like, I thought I did, you know what I mean?
And it sucks too, because then you like question the whole entire friendship. It's like, damn, was he always like this, or was it just right now in this moment type shit? You know, some
weird shit, bro. Just weird shit, like things you think you know somebody until they do something crazy and get found guilty. You like, what the fuck? But when I first heard it though, I was like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't believe it at first, you know what I'm saying? But
the only thing that sucks about allegations, though, is that they ruin your career regardless, though. Yeah, because if Lizzo did this, she's finished. If she didn't do it, people are still gonna have like a side eye on her, like, yeah, we watching you now, like, just in case you don't ever do this ever. You know what I mean?
Some people don't want to believe it. Helps push the narrative that you didn't do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it really depends, like, you know what I mean, where you're at. Because let's do this. Let's do this. R. Kelly has been guilty for like 15 years. But when he was at the height of his career, we were like, nah, he good. When his career started to descend, so did our thought that he didn't do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So did our thought, like, yo, you should lock this brother up. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the fact is that I'm not saying that he didn't deserve to get locked up. I'm just saying, like, the outrage should have started when we first started hearing about it. It was like,
but the people were in denial.
Compile, like, you know what I'm saying? To where
that ain't him in the video, man.
It was just so funny how in the beginning, when he first went to trial for that shit, I mean, there was video evidence, everything. That was like, it was clear as day. But then, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like, we somehow just washed that shit away. Like, it just didn't happen anymore. And the next thing you know, it just came back. Like, dude, Chappelle made videos on Chappelle's show of this shit. Like, and everyone was just like, whatever. It is what it is. It's funny. But the next thing you know, when it comes back, it's like, hey, you know what? He is bad. Like, wait, wasn't he bad before?
Right.
Like, what's going on? Like, why are we just rekindling this like it didn't happen in the first place? Like, it totally happened. Like,
it totally happened.
That's what I'm saying. And that's the effect that I'm talking about. Because it's like when we're in support and love of a certain celebrity, we're all good with them. But as soon as, like, and I feel like mass media got a lot to do with this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mass media, as soon as mass media tells us we don't need to like that person anymore, we all collectively say fuck them. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's weird. It's very, very weird because there's different times where we've heard different things about different celebrities at the beginning, at the forefront. And when they say it's time to like them again, we like them again. Like, you know what I mean? It's so weird. It's weird.
And, it goes back to what I was saying before. It's like it all goes by how you carry yourself and present yourself. Because remember, I think the biggest thing that's hurting Lizzo right now is not because of the actions and stuff that she's done, that they're supposedly saying she's done. It's the fact that you were on some like body positivity, do this, do that. I love women, everything. We all got to stand together. And now the allegations are 100% complete opposite of what you're saying. You're making fun of people that are just as big as you or bigger. You're making them do sexual acts. You're not about women. So it's like, damn. It's like, it sucks that these allegations happen because, again, if it did happen, good, throw her in. You know, boo, I'm glad these women spoke up. But if it didn't happen, it's like, damn, people are going to still look at you some type of way now. It's like you got looked at, even if you were 100% innocent, it's like, nah, it's like, we got to watch her now. We got to watch her.
What movie was there? The dude said, you know what I mean? You be the hero long enough to watch yourself become the villain. Ain't that Dark Knight?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro, here's the thing with that is that what people don't understand is sometimes you're only a victim and you're pandering to somebody's support and help because you're the victim at that time. But once you become strong enough, you know what I mean? You got enough clout, you got enough everything, you might just turn on the very people that supported you because you were never the victim that whole time. You were somebody, it wasn't your turn yet.
Right.
Like, and I'm not saying that's what's happening here with Lizzo. Like, I don't know her like that. I don't know her personally, so I'm not going to attack her like that. But I'm just saying that happens a lot of times, bro. Like that whole, what was that movie? Where they became superheroes. It was like Michael B. Jordan was like mad young in it. Like, you know what I mean?
You talk about what's that movie called? Chronicle.
Exactly. See how that was when he was.
Oh, you didn't see that? That movie was cracked. That was a good movie.
Series, bro.
It was hard. It was hard.
Shows you exactly what I'm talking about. When that kid was getting beat up, he was a nerd, all stuff like that. He was very much more manageable, very much more cool. This, that, and third. As soon as he started getting more and more power, became a dick.
Revenge of the nerd.
Yeah. But one thing I will say though, and this is fortunate, it's like you said, it's like a yin and yang when it comes to the media. They are going to forget about this. People are going to forget about this. It's only right now because it's happening right now.
Yeah.
A couple months or even a year from now, people are going to forget all about it.
People forget about
because there's always going to be another juicier story. Yeah. That's it.
So I mean, Ezra Miller, you know what I mean? That whole thing, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's crazy.
People are going to forget about it.
Yeah.
So, But yeah, that's nasty work though. That's nasty work if she did do it though. That's nasty work.
Hey, what the fuck?
That is nasty work.
Did y'all catch it? Did any of y'all catch that new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie?
I haven't seen it yet, but I heard really good things. I heard it was fire. I heard it was
so far, I'm liking the animation just off top, just from looking at the trailers. And
it's different. It's different. It's wild different. It's even different from the last one.
Yeah.
Wild different.
It's weird how different all those incarnations of TMNT have been throughout the whole year. You know what I mean? Like every generation has their own version. It seems like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm from the 80s, man. So I grew up, on the 80s ones, you know what I'm saying? But I thought the 2003 version was dope too, man. Remember, it was like a more hardcore, more serious tone one.
Yep.
I even like the 2012 Nickelodeon one, bro. So
it's definitely dope. TMNT has always been fire. I mean, such a simple concept.
Yeah.
And yet dope story and plot. I feel like it's one of the very few storylines that you can keep doing over and over again, and it's still fire every time. It's dope.
I think it's because kids can identify with the character traits of each turtle, you know what I'm saying? Because you either got Leo,
absolutely.
Michelangelo, you know what I mean? So I think that's part of the reason why, man, that it just hits with every generation.
It can target all dark demographics, like you said. Like you can make the story dark and gritty for like the adults, and you can make it kid friendly for the kids. You know what I mean? It's like it's perfect.
Yeah, definitely, man. But yeah, I heard it's getting a sequel, so I'm looking forward to that, man. I need to check it out though. So soon I might have to go to theater or something, or watch it at home or something.
Yeah, definitely dope. That's fire.
Yeah.
I'm checking it out, man. It's like a star-studded cast, man. And,
definitely Cube's in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just crazy.
I love Cube, man. Just several reasons. Just how his poise as a person, bro. He's just dope as hell. Yeah. And then Jackie Chan is Splinter, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Jackie Chan.
Like, you know what I mean? Because if you like, you know what I mean? Not to go 100% racial, but if you snatch Splinter whole rat idea off, you would think of Splinter as an older Asian dude.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they actually got an older Asian dude to play it, and it's Jackie Chan, that's dope. Like, you know, like I love it. So that's fire. And just the fact in itself, I mean, Seth Rogen has something to do with building it. Like, you know what I mean? His comedic timing is always on point. Like, you know what I mean? So I love whatever he does. Like, I mean, a lot of the things that he does is because, like, you know what I mean? He's like an equal opportunist. Like he brings a bunch of people in with him.
Yeah, I do like that he did that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
it's a star-studded cast, diverse cast. Yeah.
No, it's fire, man. Yeah, I definitely can't wait to check it out.
No doubt.
Even in saying that, like, I mean, with the animated version of things, man, that's something that I needed to ask you, Hyro, since I know that you were the technical genius of a lot of.
Call me that. I've heard that before. They do call me that.
Especially, you know what I mean, in the anime department. And I wanted to ask you, like, you know what I mean, I seen an article, and I had an article here that said TikTok in social media has changed the anime industry. Do you feel that way, or why do you feel that way? I mean, what you think?
I agree 100%. You know, I mean, when you look back at just the beginning, when we were all coming up on cartoons, anime, stuff like that, it was very selective for the viewers. You know, only some people got into it due to the storyline, the character development, etc. And it was never really praised, you know, growing up. Yeah. Even just the cartoons too, like forget anime, even like, you know, Transformers, Voltron, stuff like that. It's like only a select few people watch those shows. So now that I feel like when you add the element of the internet, you kind of coerce people into liking certain things by putting your little twist on it. You know, it's kind of like you're a salesman almost. It's like you're really putting something out there for people to consider, because I feel like if you just say, yo, I watch anime, it's like you should watch it too. It's not really going to grab the attention of people that don't watch it. But then now you have people on here giving reviews. People are making songs based off of it. People are creating their own interpretation. So now it's like, maybe I should check out this show. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I should check it out. Maybe I should. It looks fire. Or you got people just putting AMVs together of just the fighting sequences. So it's like, wow, like, has a kind of corny title, but look at this. These dudes are jumping all over the place. You know what I mean? So it's like, what the hell? And then of course, then you add the element of cosplaying, the Comic Cons that they have, everything. And now even actors and actresses are getting into it. They're showing their interest. So it's like, yeah, the more that it's on social media, the more popular it's going to become, because as you guys probably know, even if you aren't heavily versed in anime, it wasn't something that was always praised, like I said, and popularized at that time when it was
especially
first coming
in the 90s.
Yeah. Like it was, if you watched it, you were one of the very few people watching it back then. You know what I mean? And then, of course, no access to the internet. So you really had to wait months to see a new show, or week by week. And there wasn't toys, and cosplaying wasn't as popular. So if you were a fan then, you're like a mega loyal fan now. Whereas now people are just jumping on the bandwagon like, yeah, shit's always been fire. It's like, okay, you didn't always think it was fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just now getting hip to it. But yeah, I would definitely agree that social media has played a huge part in making the anime industry just much, much bigger than it ever thought it could be, and it's a good thing. I mean, it's finally getting the hype and attention that it's always deserved,
Yeah. I like it, honestly, because, you got people that come in there through the gate, like, I know a lot of gatekeepers get upset about, people coming in, but I like it because it expands how much content we get of it. Like, it expands how much more that they'll put it out there. Like, so you get even more of it now. You get the doper ones. Cause like I said, me personally, I was always more into, like I said, the violent anime. Like, so it's like there's certain animes that's specific for a certain type of people, and then there's certain ones that are specific that help other people get into it. Like, like you have ones that are very, very versatile and can get other people involved in looking at it. And then you have so that makes even more people try to create it, like, in different ways, in different like subgenres and all that stuff like that, kind of like how music is. And that's where it really gets fun, if you allow it to be fun, like, instead of like, there's a lot of people that's like, no, this, that, they're like, no, this shouldn't happen and that. But it's like, let it evolve, man, because it'll evolve dope. Like, that's how I feel about it. Like, let that shit evolve, like, for real.
Yeah. People don't realize that. I think when there's a huge misconception that when people that aren't familiar with anime, when they hear anime, they just think of only the fighting ones, like you mentioned. You know what I mean? Like, the Dragon Ball Zs, the Naruto, stuff like that. But like you said, they don't realize that there's shows where there's no fighting at all. There's sports anime. There's cooking anime. There's sports detective ones. Like, it's like there's literally an anime for everything. So at this point, it's so widely diverse that even if you're a person that doesn't like any of those things I just mentioned, tell me what you do like, and there's a show for it. You know what I mean? Like, and you can build upon there. So yeah, no, it's huge. It's going to keep growing too. It's going to keep getting bigger.
I'll tell you, in the 90s, when I was a kid, I was born in Colombia, and for a time I was living out there. And when I was a kid, around 8 or 9 years old, they had an anime. And at the time, I didn't really think of it as I just thought it was a cartoon, you know what I mean? But it was about soccer, and it's called Captain Tsubasa. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but they even have video games now. And I actually low-key bought the Captain Tsubasa recently because I seen it on the PS Store. I was like, oh, shit, I'm about to relive my childhood. Because, when I moved here like in 94, and, soccer and shit ain't, people don't fuck with that shit in America, you know what I mean? So I couldn't watch it anymore, you know what I mean? But that was that show was big in South America, bro. And it's it's a manga too, in Japan and everything. So, yeah.
And now they got shows like Blue Lock, which is basically the most popular anime right now currently, and that's about soccer. Yeah, you know I mean, so it's like it's crazy, man. It's insane. I feel like what's so dope about anime now is that it's like movies where it's like nothing goes against the grain. You can create a show about anything and it can pop, because again, I think people solely focus on the fighting ones, like, I got to create a fighting anime. That's what make it dope. It's like, nah, that's very saturated right now. It's the ones that aren't about fighting that are the ones that are like grabbing people's attention. You know what I mean? So it's really cool. Stoked to see.
Oh, well, saying that, like, you know what I mean? How do you feel about them live action a lot of popular anime, bro?
Oh my gosh. They're all
Dragon Ball Z movies.
They're all bad, dude. They're all bad, and the only reason why they're bad is because it's budget based. They're, in my opinion, they're not willing to spend the amount of money that they put in the anime into the live action. I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but some of these anime are spending $1 million an episode. Yeah,
are they really?
$200,000? Yeah, $200,000 an episode. Wow. So I'm just like, wait a minute. we on season like 10. Y'all had already spent probably like what, 50, $40 million on a show. But then live action budget like 15 million. I'm like, come on, dog. Like, what are we going? Like, come on. Like, I feel like they should take the hit. I think they should take a hit. I think they should take a hit in spending a fortune on a live action, and then maybe it'll be good. But I think the biggest thing too is that none of the fans are asking for it. We're not asking for it. We're not asking for a live action Dragon Ball or a One Piece or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, y'all are just testing the waters, and that's why we're so upset. I mean, look, we still waiting on certain episodes of Attack on Titan, this, that, and third, and y'all making the movie already. Like, we didn't ask for that.
Yeah.
We didn't ask for it.
Let me tell you, bro, this is the thing that tripped me out too, because, you know, the maker of Dragon Ball, bro, when they did the movie, like, I just read this in an article, like, recently, that when they did the movie, he was like, yo, let me tell you guys how to make it better. Let me tell you how to make it good. Like, you know what I mean? They were trying to do it, and he was just like, let me tell y'all. And they pretty much did him like Les Grossman from Tropic Thunder, like Tom Cruise's character. Wow. Like, look, you're a great American. You wrote a great anime. Shut the fuck up. Sit down, shut your ass up while we go ahead and make this movie. Wow. You're going to make millions, baby. You did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, hell no. And then we got that bullshit that they gave us. That shit was like, that was nowhere in Dragon Ball. Like, I don't know what the fuck that was.
That was some bullshit.
It was a good cosplay movie. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't even call it that.
Real film.
It sucks too, because now the one that everyone's anticipating is this One Piece live action TV show, because they're saying that the creator of the show actually has tons of input on the show. He has tons of input. He actually did a lot of reshooting and rescreening because he was like, nah, it's not good enough. So I'm like, all right, do I give him a chance because it's the creator, you know, taking control of this? Or do I still stand to my belief, which is we didn't ask for this at all. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel you. Cool, but it's like, nah, I'm good. I'm straight. I'm good.
Well, look, can I ask you something then? How do you feel about the live action Alita Battle Angel movie that James Cameron produced? And I think Rodriguez, what's his name? I forgot his name.
What is that called again? Say that again.
Alita Battle Angel. It's based on that Battle Angel anime.
Yeah, Alita. That actually wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I haven't personally seen it, but I do remember the reviews.
That actually wasn't that bad. It actually was fire. But then again, James Cameron is a perfectionist. I don't really sleep on James Cameron. I mean, this is Titanic. James Cameron.
Well, he didn't direct it though. He produced it, but I think it was the other guy from Austin, Texas. It
actually wasn't that bad. That was actually pretty dope. The way they did it.
I have yet to see it. I need to see it.
It was dope. The style, the way he did it, it's almost like 100% realistic, but it's not. You know what I mean?
Like, there's definitely CG in it.
Yeah. But the way it was done though, like it looks like naked eye. It's like, wait a minute, is this real? Or
I thought it was Robert Rodriguez who directed it.
Yeah, shout out to James Cameron, man. James Cameron, that dude is broken.
The dude's he's on a whole nother level in terms of like movie directors, because he's not just a director. You know, he's what do you call that shit? He has many talents, you know what I mean? So
he's a scientist too.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking going to see Titanic and shit, like all kind of crazy shit.
Yeah, nah, he's the man. He's the GOAT.
Yeah, definitely.
I have to give Alita Battle Angel a very good score, bro, because it was.
Oh, you seen it? Oh,
yeah, I seen it, bro.
It was dope.
It's a very action-packed film. But here's the thing: I feel like if you're gonna do a live action or something and try to, like, you know, give us something, do one that's less popular. Like, take the risk a little bit. Like, you know,
that's usually better. Yeah,
I feel like then you won't be going up against such a fandom. Like, you know what I mean? Like, honestly, beyond the fact that, of course, there's fans of the movie, of the comic character Blade before Wesley Snipes came along, of course. But at the same time, I feel like Blade was such a safe zone, like, for non-comic readers to comic readers, that when they created that with Wesley Snipes, that was kind of like, if you didn't even know what Blade was as a comic, which is a lot of people, they would have been like, still like, this is fire. Like, you know what I mean? So the fact is, I feel like, but when you go up against, like, you know, Cowboy Bebop or, you know what I mean, some cult classics, bro.
Ghost in the Shell is a good example.
Exactly, bro. You're going to go up against a big monster, bro. That if you're not prepared for, you're gonna get smacked.
Yeah, I think Blade. It's funny you mentioned Blade. I think Blade was safe because everyone likes vampires.
Yeah, it's a hard.
There's been tons of vampire movies prior to Blade, so it was like now you're just showing a really cool vampire.
Yeah,
because remember when Blade came out, right after that, that's when we got like the Underworld series and shit like that. So it was like, all right, Blade's actually kind of dope now. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm sure you guys know too, Blade is the reason why Marvel even exists today. He revitalized the series and the company. So I was very safe. But yeah, when you do Ghost in the Shell, Aeon Flux,
my god, I forgot about that.
Man, they just.
And I mean that's a hard movie.
Funny because.
All right, go ahead.
No, it's funny because in my opinion, I feel like it's so doable. Like it shouldn't be a flop. It's no problem. But then it's like they take their own interpretation, and it's like, bro.
Yeah, I grew up on the MTV when they used to drop that shit on MTV. But it does seem like a weird story, to put into live action at the same time. Because I was kind of down at it to begin with. Because I was like, it works in anime. I don't know if it's going to work in live action, kind of thing to it. Yeah,
like you said, it's not as safe as like a Blade because. Let's be honest. The only people that really know about Ghost in the Shell and Aeon Flux like that are like I was saying before, are the hardcore like people that grew up on it. Most people do not know, so they're like, "I'll give it a shot. It better be fire." And then look at that, not fire at all. So it's like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, got him.
No, real talk, man. That's the crazy thing, man, about the fans' connection to these characters, bro, is what really you gotta do it. You gotta do it correct, man. Like you gotta listen to the people. I don't care how much money's in your bank account. I don't care how much I did this, I did that, I created this. If you're not listening to the fans, bro, you're gonna hurt yourself. Because even I heard somebody like there was a group of people. I think I was watching something on TikTok, and it was a group of people that were just talking about one of the characters from One Piece that dude with the red hair, not Zoro, but
Shanks.
Yeah, that's supposed to be like the pretty boy and that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And basically it was like, this dude doesn't look like what I would think Shanks looks like in my head. So you already got some people going like, like, you know what I'm saying? That's flat, bro. That's like, you definitely was casting. Somebody was like, I know what I'm doing. I casted for the Little Mermaid movie. I know exactly what I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro.
That's a hard take too, because I feel like sometimes you have to overlook stuff like that just to like be happy with the storyline. But at the same time, it's like, I think that's why people like, companies like Marvel are doing so well. It's like, if you look at Captain America in the comics, then look at Chris Evans, it's like, damn, casting on point. And then same thing with Tony and Thor, Tony, everything. Really, so it's like,
Tony,
dude, it's like whoever their casting director is, get that man an Oscar, because bro, like
he's better at it than DC.
Yeah, they're picking people that are exactly like you know what I mean? So yeah, it's like certain elements you kind of have to add, because it's like, dude, this, like you said, this dude's supposed to be a pretty boy, so it's like, why doesn't he look pretty? You know what I mean? Like, why is he not good looking? Like, what's going on?
Yo, and see, the whole jump out of people that are supposed to play characters that are supposed to sound like or look like is bringing me to another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. So they also said right now in the article that Sonic the Hedgehog's threequel will be shot with non-SAG actors. So basically,
wow.
They're going UK with it, and it sounds like they're going to get some people that are just not SAG actors and actually just voice it that way. That's what it sounded like. The article's pretty vague, but I'm just like, are you guys gonna just start going to different areas, different countries and stuff to get away from paying these people?
They might.
That's wild, and it's crazy too, because I'm not gonna hold you. When I first saw the first trailer for Sonic, I was like, this shit gonna be trash. This shit about to be trash. I was like, this shit about to be ultimate trash.
Yeah.
And then it came out, and I was like, wait a minute, not bad. Second one came out, I was like, hold on a second. I'm like, this series is actually gonna fire. This series is actually gonna fire. And now they about to ruin it by choosing non-SAG actors. It's like, yo, that's a bold move right there. That's a bold ass move.
And what they gonna do? What about Jim Carrey? Like, what's gonna happen with that? And,
bro, the perfect Dr. Eggman. Like, what's going on?
Hollywood. I don't understand. Like Hollywood's getting cheapy, even with artists and writers and actors, and it's crazy.
And it makes no sense. They make billions of dollars. Billions.
I think it's just the top motherfuckers that want to keep that money. You know, the execs and the suits.
Greed,
Bob Igers,
man.
you know what I mean? Like it's stupid.
Greed is for real. You hear me? Like it don't make no damn sense.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm scared because if the whole fucking Hollywood industry just becomes a large group of Tubi movies, I'm gonna be really sad.
Yeah, like, they're gonna be like, well, we could get AI to voice them. We could do AI. I'm like, oh my God.
They did say like since they're on strike, basically like the last batch of movies is like what, September? Then that's it. Like everything else is just gonna be reruns and shit. You know what I mean? So it's
they can't. Everything got set back. Deadpool.
Everything.
It's just crazy.
That's a damn shame too, man. It's the pandemic all over again. Everything we ain't getting nothing.
It seems like it's worse than the pandemic now. At least we had shows running this shit, man. We had some Disney Plus shows back in the pandemic.
And it's like, what are the timing too? Because you just mentioned Deadpool. Like, bro, we are about to finally get the licensing of X-Men and Fantastic Four to Marvel, and now we're not. Come on, man.
That shit hurts my soul. You know how long I've been waiting for some Marvel X-Men, man? Like some Fantastic Four, man. Like
I want to see two people with healing factors cut each other the F up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now we're gonna have to wait forever to get that shit. Like, God.
And like, don't get me wrong, I love the Avengers movie and everything and all that, but I'm really waiting for the X-Men shit because I'm an X-Men.
Yeah, because I still feel like to this day we haven't gotten a solid. I'm talking about a solid X-Men movie.
Because those Fox movies, that's you already know what else went through. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely, bro.
X-Men. It's crazy though, man, because the whole strike and everything like that. One of the terms I believe is going against AI, like, you know what I mean? Like, well, it's not like in total, like they're pretty much like just chill with that. Don't do too much. But it's kind of like you're fighting a losing battle there because so many people are gonna use it. It's gonna take over, bro. It's
kind of already has for customers and for like regular people are using it for shit. It sucks though. But another article that I seen today was that artists are trying to unionize too, so they could strike because they can't even strike. And me being an artist myself, you know what I mean? Like I'm glad that that's finally happening because, for the longest, artists weren't part of unions and we just got the shit into the stick. You know what I mean? When it comes to contracts and shit, bro. So.
Yeah, no, AI is definitely here to stay, unfortunately. We just got to hope that it doesn't get to iRobot / Terminator levels. That's it.
I think it will, but that's just my crazy thinking.
I mean, once it gets to those levels, it's like, man, everyone, look, just get your bomb shelters and shit ready.
Yeah, I'm about to be like Will Smith and AI, man. I'm just gonna be racist against robots and shit.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Discriminating against them.
Bad.
Yeah, that shit's wild, bro.
Nah, for real, nah. That's some crazy shit, man. Like I said, it's so weird because it's hard for me to get hyped for new stuff that I hear is coming out. Like I heard they're doing a whole another Karate Kid type of movie. And I'm like, okay, that's dope, but when? Like, you know what I'm saying? But it sounds really dope. They said that Jackie Chan about to be in it and everything like that. Again, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know when we're going to see it. And it's just, there's so many other movies that I've heard about like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? That are going to happen. I don't know when we're gonna see it.
I feel like they're getting lazy too with some of these movies, man. Like me personally, I don't want no more Karate Kids. I don't want no more certain movies that they keep redoing over and over and over again. It's like, dog, like let it go to rest now at this point. Like they should have stopped at 2. You know what I'm saying? The third one and the new one with Jaden Smith, all that stuff is like, come on, man.
I remember that shit.
Look, I'm not gonna hold you though. I didn't think Cobra Kai was gonna be this fire.
Everybody said
I didn't think Cobra Kai was going to be... that was a sleeper right there. I was like, this shit look corny. But then I was like, wait a minute. Nah, hold on. You know what I mean? But besides that, it's like, come on, man. Quit redoing these same old classic movies over and over and over and over again. It's like...
If anything, you should redo something that's not known and make it better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, the same thing with the music, too. Like, I'm sure you guys have seen, like, all the songs that are coming out right now, they're just samples. Like, all the... like, and not even, like, I don't want to say sample. They're, like... using the same exact beat and they're just like creating a new song on top of it. Like it's one thing to sample something, but it's like, come on.
No, in tone of rap, just to say the least. Like they definitely like it's terrible. But back on what you said though, just a little bit back to what you said, is that it's so crazy to me too. Is just that I really get tired of the reboots, especially from the full on beginning. Like I've been on. I love Spider-Man to death, but I was like, bro, if y'all do another Spider-Man film any other time in life, you get a new Spider-Man. I don't care if it's 10 years down the line. You get a new person to play Spider-Man. We go in a different direction. Do not do the fucking origin story anymore.
I'm done.
How many times you gonna see him?
We get it.
Spider-Man, Batman, Superman. It's like, dude, okay, we get it. Martha and all them, they got killed. All right. Uncle Ben murdered. Superman came from a different. Yo, bro, let's just segue into some new storylines. That's it. We already. If you don't know who Superman is and how he became Superman by now, then you don't even get out of here. It's like, get out of here. Like, I'm done. Like, bro, we don't need to keep doing it. Like, stop.
I'm starting from the beginning. That's my whole thing. If you're gonna reboot something, like let's just jump into the middle somewhere. Like, let's just stop with the full on beginning. Like, we're gonna start all the way from scratch, people.
Yo, Aunt May is getting younger and younger and younger. Have you noticed that?
I know, yeah, she has.
Like, Aunt May went from like 90 years old to like 65, and now she's like 30.
Yeah, she's straight up MILF.
Yo, it don't make no sense. Like, bro, we're on like what? We're on like 12 Supermen, like 9 Batman, and like 3 Spider-Man. Like, I think we can hang it up now. Like, let's do something else.
I think that's what DC is supposedly trying to do with how James Gunn's trying to run it. You know what I mean? Like, I think this next Superman is not going to be an origin or anything. I think it's just
It's supposed to be a different story. Yeah, I heard about that.
And Batman too, because he's already going to have Robin in his movie. You know what I mean? Damien version of Robin too. Yeah, on the next.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah. Not the Batman movie. You got to differentiate. Not the Batman movie with Robert Pattinson, but a whole brand new Batman movie that's going to be its own thing. So,
they're separating.
They separating. It's the Robert Pattinson's an Elseworlds kind of thing now, and then the main one is going to be what James Gunn does.
Damn, I didn't even know that.
I mean, to be honest with you, like to topple off of what Josh said, dude. Give me new characters too. I'm tired of Spider-Man, Superman, and Batman movies. Like, I don't get it twisted. I love all 3 of those people, but give me some new characters, dog. Like, I'm done. Like, we've had Superman since the 70s. Like, give me a new character now. Like, let me fall in love with someone else. You know what I mean? Like,
that's why I'm excited for Blue Beetle, bro.
I was gonna say that Blue Beetle.
My man Zolo, you know what I mean? From just like what we were talking about. The whole what's that, Cobra Kai get down or whatnot.
Oh, he's from that?
Yeah, he's
okay. I haven't seen that show.
Yeah, I'm really happy for the Blue Beetle thing, man. You know what I mean? A Latino character, a superhero at that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, different people from different regions need superheroes, bro. Like, it's good to see.
Yes,
like,
everybody wants to get represented. Yeah, everybody wants representation. So,
superhero, like, it's awesome. It's awesome, bro.
That's what we were saying about Captain Planet. Like, we did a little show on the other podcast I do, and we were talking about how they actually did have diversity in that show because they had, the Latino kid.
Every person was different.
Yeah.
Hella corny, but it was there.
Yeah, it was definitely corny. It was that Sunday cartoon.
Shout out to Captain Planet.
Sunday cartoon.
It was though, bro.
Shout out to Captain Planet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I hated that guy.
He said.
I hated that guy. I'm done.
Like a green Jamie Lee Curtis in there.
He had that he got that mullet.
He's our hero.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. The theme song was on point though, man. It had a little hip hop vibe to it.
Was on point. Funny. It's funny. Hey, look, this dude saved the planet, but didn't save like regular shit that was happening. Like, oh no, forest fire. But wait, the inner cities, there's people being murdered. No, forest fire.
We don't do that shit.
Gotta focus on forest fires. That's all we can focus on. That's funny as hell.
Yeah. You remind me of that Don Cheadle parody.
The Don Cheadle, yeah, for the
yeah, that shit is hilarious.
College humor.
That shit was hilarious. Yo, Don Cheadle, man, shout out to that dude.
Don Cheadle, wow for that, yeah.
War Machine, let's go.
How do you? Did you watch what do you call it? The Secret Invasion? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I saw it.
How do you feel about the ending?
No, I mean, ending was all right, but
yeah, I thought that was the weakest part. Though. Well, I like the tone of it. Yeah, like it had a serious tone. It wasn't like Miss Marvel, for example, the show where they had that I forgot what they were called, but they were like the cops or something, but they were like kind of goofy and comedic, like the cater to kid friendly kind of thing. And the tone was more adult. Yeah.
These TV shows, every single one is one's a hit, one's a miss. Like one's like Winter Soldier and Falcon, fire. Loki was fire.
Cool. Loki was my favorite. Yeah.
Miss Marvel, She-Hulk,
She-Hulk.
But then Hawkeye was actually kind of dope. I like Hawkeye. Hawkeye was kind of cool.
I like a few episodes of it, but not as a whole. Just because.
And then Moon Knight was cool.
Yeah, Moon Knight was trippy. I mean?
So it's like they're up and down with them shit. They're up and down.
You can't forget that werewolf one either, bro. Like,
oh yeah. Was it Werewolf by Midnight or something like that?
Yeah. I like that one. That one was crazy. Yeah.
So it's like, they're up and down with these shows, but Loki season 2 though, that's gonna be hard.
Yeah, I hope they don't write out Jonathan Majors out of that, man. I hope they keep him as
because he is supposed to be one of the man, that was such when I heard about those I know we're going like backwards, but damn man. Yeah. When I heard about his shit, I was like, God damn, because the next Avengers movie is supposed to be based off him too.
Yeah, exactly. The Avengers,
So it's like, bro, because he was so good in that third Ant-Man movie. I didn't like the movie overall. Yeah. But he was so
he stole
good.
The show, easily.
He's so good.
What was the bad guy's name in just to touch on, what was the bad guy's name in Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
I haven't seen that one yet.
That was Adam Warlock and
Adam Warlock,
Adam Warlock and damn, what's that dude's name?
Oh, I know you're talking about the black dude, right? The dude.
Black dude.
I forgot the name.
He starts with an H. Damn, I forgot his name.
Yeah. Let's look it up real quick because that dude, he did a tremendous job too, bro. He did a tremendous.
Yeah, no, he killed it. I think it's with an H.
This dude is lit. He's really good. Like, I was like, I want to see him in some more Marvel films too, bro.
Yeah, no, he's dope.
He was intense. Like,
I forgot his name.
The High Evolutionary.
There we go. So
that's why we forgot. That was a long ass name.
High Evolutionary. Yeah, super dope. Yeah, he killed his role too. Super nasty. Yeah, and Adam Warlock was a villain-ish in the beginning, but then he kind of like switched sides.
Yeah, I thought he was supposed to be a good guy. Yeah.
Yeah, High Evolutionary. Because that movie was basically based around Rocket. You know what I mean? His origin story, which was cool because a lot of people don't know about Rocket Raccoon. He actually is super broken.
Tragic.
But super crazy. Yeah, High Evolutionary, he killed it. Yeah, those two black dudes, Kang and High Evolutionary, they murdered it. Yeah. Bro, those are slept on villains too.
He was so intense, bro. Like, it's just for no reason. Like, it's just like, how did you know this and I didn't? Like, I was like, yo, he was just like real emotional with his shit.
Yeah.
Like, dope. I was like, who is this actor? Where had he been? Like, I only seen him in like another show or something.
That's why I liked Jonathan Majors in Ant-Man 3 because same thing. Like, he had that same passion too. Like, oh, you're a bad man. Like, I'm not a bad man. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
he was revolutionary. You know what I mean? Like, it's dope. You know what I mean? I love characters like that.
Yeah.
I definitely do, man. It was really good acting on that part, man. And like I said, really hoping that this all isn't messed up and we never get to see
for real. Because Kang the Conqueror is fire. He's such a slept-on villain, man. He's such a slept-on villain. So dope.
Yeah, I'm not gonna front acted like I knew about him prior to the to Loki's, but once I did find out about him and I looked into the lore and everything, I was like intrigued by it. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, because I've always been a fan of villains and heroes that don't really got powers, but be giving people that do have powers a lot of work. You know what I mean? Like, he beats the Avengers up a lot,
and not just in one part. Well, I guess in the comics it's more of a time travel thing, but I guess in the movies it's going to be like multiverse thing. But still, he's beat Avengers in different timelines and shit. Like, that's crazy.
Yep. Yeah, and they mentioned that Ant-Man 3 too. Yeah. He was like, "Oh, you mentioned Thor. Is that the guy with the him?" Yeah, I watched him already. I'm like, fire.
It's all a blur. Yeah, that was gangster. Fire. He was gangster, man.
Super dope.
No, real talk. Well, that's about the time that we got for the day, y'all, and everything. Before we get up out of here, gotta let y'all holla at my man HighGrow let them know a little bit something about you, bro, where they can find
I appreciate you again, man. Yeah, you already know again. It's hrglyphix, hrgf. He raps great for real. The Nerdcore Big L, which by the way, Joshua gave me that nickname. The Nerdcore Big L. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that. But yeah, man, that's pretty much what I rap about primarily. Anime, superheroes, video games, stuff like that. But your boy is also a real estate agent out here in New York. So if you're looking to buy, sell, or lease anything in New York State, I'm your guy. And yeah, Rubik's Cube extraordinaire too. Your man's a genius with that as well.
Yeah,
you know
nice
what I mean? But you
cube.
can, I'm trying, man. But yeah, you can follow me at HighGrowGlyphix. That's pretty much all of my handles on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, SoundCloud, YouTube, everything. Or at hrgf. You know what I mean? Appreciate you guys having me on the show for real.
No problemo.
We're gonna bring you back too, man. This is good.
Yeah, it was a good combo.
Right? You know,
No, appreciate that, man. Yeah, super dope, man. I love the topics.
For sure.
let them know what's up, bro.
All right, people. I am your co-host, Art of Lunatic, man. You already know where you can find me, artoflunatic.com. I'm gonna leave all the links and stuff in the description. You got the merch. I got merch on TeePublic for y'all to check out and everything. And also, I'll leave links to the podcast, because I'm on another podcast called the Grow Podcast, so I'll probably leave a link on there too, for everybody to check it out. And but yeah, thanks people for checking us out, man. Appreciate that.
Sure, yes, sir.
Know me, your host, Joshua, with the General Joshua comic. Y'all better go get that too. Y'all gotta pay attention.
Yes, sir. Cop it.
But for this is Nerdz Hiphop, and you can find us anywhere. Nerdz Hiphop is spelled with a Z after that. Nerds, baby. You know what it do. So yet again, I can't wait to see you guys on the next one. We're gonna keep bringing the topics, and I need you guys to, if you're not on the page, the Instagram page, and you guys get on that Instagram page. A lot of the things that we're talking about are already in my stories.
Yeah.
What I want you guys to do, so we can make you part of the action, is go ahead, leave some sort of DM for me, make it a video, or you don't have to leave some sort of DM, and I can go ahead and put what you guys said about the articles in this podcast, and we'll discuss it. You know what I mean? So you're part of it. All right. So otherwise than that, it's your boy Josh, Nerdz Hiphop, High Roll and Lunatic. We are out.
Peace.
You're about to get beat by a 12-year-old with a fishing pole. The name's gone. I'm moving forward with specific goals. In the room digging holes. We take the easy path to great.